Starting a business is a very exciting journey, yet a very challenging one that requires a blend of creativity, a strategy, and a bit of resilience, let's be honest. And at its core, it requires you to turn an idea that you have into a tangible product or a service that is going to solve a particular problem that you have identified or trying to fulfill a specific need.
Today's video is sponsored by Vera Vita Restaurant in Johannesburg South. Glowing star perfect for events, work functions, or parties, their venue offers amazing food, a kid-friendly atmosphere, a smoking area, and exceptional service. Book your next event at Vera Vita and enjoy great vibes and delicious dining.
The process usually begins with you identify a specific problem and you coming up with a solution. And that also requires you to plan. But let's be honest, most people are stuck at the planning phase where they think about it way too much, where they're thinking about what is it that I need to do? Do I have the right people in the company? Do I have the right assets? Do I have the right equipment? Do I have the right resources as well? And more than anything, guys, let's be very honest. Sometimes all it takes is for you to have the courage to say, I am just going to start. All you need is just that one push to say, I am going to dive into it. And I will be sharing my journey, guys, of how is it that I've started the businesses that I am running, and how is it that I've also managed to come across some challenges, especially when it comes to, finding customers. That's the first thing. Finding the resources, that's the second one. And the biggest and one of the most challenging ones as well is you keeping afloat and running the business, because from research, it does show that most businesses, guys, they do fail in the beginning stages of its teething phases as well. Why? Because you are trying to, become a millionaire in 3 days. And let's be honest, it doesn't happen like that. It requires you to be patient. It requires you to be creative. It requires you to have a team. That's the other thing that I've learned. Let's dive into my own personal journey of becoming a business person, or rather, let's say, an entrepreneur. I will be sharing with you guys my own personal journey of starting my own business. It started off in 2019, and I've always been told about a certificate that I am going to require for me to have a successful career in the financial services industry. The certificate is called RE5. The other one is called an RE1, but for you to begin, you need an RE5 certificate. You know what? I am setting up this personal journey and to say I want to acquire this particular certificate that they are referring to. Was I scared? Yes. And all thanks to a couple of people that I'm now going to mention. Katleho Manenze, Nape Khadime, Koketo Shakong, and Bontle Mufukeng, who said, Peterson, you know what? This is a challenge for you, but we believe that you have the ability, you have the grit, and you can achieve this particular goal that you are setting for yourself. And also, Ratabile Matabani, who said, you know what, Peterson, I want you to now get the study material. It can be downloaded online. I want you to now go and download the study material, go and study, and go and achieve this particular goal. But I said to myself, it is a challenge. And just like any other challenge, guys, it requires extensive preparation. So I had to study for 3 months, each and every single day. Coming to work very early, leaving work very late. At times, I had to be away from social media because I knew that I am going to be required to make a couple of sacrifices. Did it pay off? Yes, it did. I studied for 3 months. I went to write that particular examination called RE5 at Moonstone in Sandton. And the pass mark was 66, and oh boy, I got 84. And for some, it was a miracle because so many people go and write that particular examination and they do not make it. Let's face the truth. And after passing that certificate, guys, my colleagues were very excited and they were very happy for me to say, Peterson, you've done great. And considering the certificate and how and what it does for me and how it opened doors for me, my colleague said, you know what, Peterson, we need your assistance because we have tried a couple of times. We have written the examination, we have tried, but we were not very successful. And I thought to myself, this is when the idea sparked to say, because I have the ability, to understand the concept. I am able to understand the content itself. Why is it that I do not, share the knowledge with the rest of the guys that are struggling? So I went on and I assisted my first student, that is Lebohan Denge, who used to work for the company that I also work for. She was very excited. She was a diligent student, and she said, Peterson, I am willing and I want to take a chance on you. And remember, guys, starting a business, you don't have clients, you don't have references, you don't have anything to reference back from. And usually it starts off with friends, it starts off with families, and even colleagues. And thank God they gave me a chance and say, Peterson, we're giving you a lifeline. We would like for you to give it a try. And thank you very much to the people that also said, Peterson, we want to give you an opportunity to try and also start off this business from the ground up. And I did it, guys. It was very exciting. I was very scared, but I had to be resilient. And that's what gave birth to RE Study Buddy. So I had to come up with a name and also register with CIPC. The process was very simple, and throughout the process of me registering the company, guys, I had also acquired a tax number. I had also acquired a business bank account. You keep your business funds separate from your personal accounts. It makes it easier for accounting purposes, for bookkeeping, and for you to be able to understand what belongs to the business and what belongs to your own personal funds. And starting a business, guys, can be very technical. For the mere fact that you are able to do something does not necessarily mean that you can be able to run a successful business, because there is a lot of things that you will need to learn. There's the admin part of it, there's the advertising, reaching out, sales, there's the finances. And it is a very, very tedious process and a difficult one. Let's be honest. Along the way, you're going to be making so many mistakes, like I have. I took my own funds that I had to use for my own personal expenditures, and I had to try and survive with the business. That would be very wrong for you to do that, guys, because the last thing that you want is for you to steal from your own business. And that's what I've done for a very long time. I started off charging 400 rands to my customers, and it took off, and we built a name for ourselves. And for you to build a name, you had to have somebody, a couple of people that you know, or people that you refer to as colleagues, friends and family that are going to take a chance on you. They believe in you so much, so the best thing that you need to do is to be diligent, is to be focused, and the last thing that you want to do, guys, is to disappoint these individuals. And I had to give it my all. Be patient with yourself. Start a brand, and more than anything, guys, you need to be able to have a strategy. How is it that you're going to acquire your clients? It could be through social media. Some of you are on WhatsApp. Your first point of contact, guys, it's the people that you have on your contact list. They might not be your niche, they might not be the target market, but they could be knowing somebody who could be desiring a service or a product that you could be selling. And let's be honest, 2020 was a very difficult year for a majority of us. But to be quite honest, I had the best year of my life when it comes to my business. I had so many people that were changing jobs. I think more than anything, guys, that challenge, that fear of losing your job, especially in the financial service industry, so many people got fired, so many people got laid off from their jobs, and so many people are also looking for opportunities. And that's when I saw an opportunity in the midst of crisis. And I said, I am going to dive deep. I am going to start a journey. I am going to start a business in the midst of COVID. When so many people are seeing, a very gloomy picture, I saw an opportunity, and I took the opportunity and I ran with it. Did it pay off? Yes. We are standing here today, guys, introducing to you RE Study Buddy, a business that has been running for 4 years right now, and I am proud to say that we have also, broken boundaries. We have broken the myth, and we have been very successful in reaching out to our customers. And so many people can also attest with us being able to assist them with either getting a promotion, changing jobs, and having the courage to say, I am going to defeat this particular challenge that I've set up for myself, which is acquiring this particular RE certificate. And also, talking about advertising and marketing, guys, you are going to need a couple of resources. The best one that I would definitely recommend, guys, is Canva. Canva is a free platform where you can create a poster for you to be able to advertise to your customers, whether creating a pamphlet, creating hype, creating short clips, or creating a picture or editing your pictures or videos. It is for free, but what I would definitely recommend is that you pay for Canva so that you can be able to have access to multiple templates that I've used myself, because those templates, guys, are going to save you a lot of time. You don't have to start anything from scratch. You don't have to start off with a template or from scratch. You can just use an existing template that is already there, and you can tailor make it to whatever it is that you prefer, that you are going to like. Number 2, you are going to need a business account. That business account, guys, it can be with any other bank. It could be FNB, it could be Capitec, it could be ABSA, it could be Discovery, it could be any other bank that is of your choice. But remember, guys, you need to choose the right bank that is going to give you convenience, that is going to be able to also, more than anything, enhance your business. And this is not a sponsored video by FNB, but I would like to talk about what FNB also offers on their platform. That particular platform on FNB has a business coach that is going to give you tips and tricks on how to enhance your business, on how to leverage off of the existing, eyeballs that are using the FNB banking app as well. You can take advantage of your e-bucks. You can also use the FNB marketplace, guys. Whether it is a service, whether it is a product, you can be able to put up your business on the FNB marketplace, because that particular platform, guys, has so many traffic and has so many eyeballs that is already existing. These are FNB customers that could be looking for a product or a service. So you will be listed, but for you to be able to be placed on FNB marketplace, guys, you need to be a registered business with a CIPC registration number. You also need to have a tax number, and you need to be a legitimate business. There is a vetting process, of course, because the last thing we want is to have a bogus business advertising on that particular platform. And we all know starting a business is going to require a couple of funds. You could be using your own funds from your savings. You could be asking for funding from your friends and families, which is not necessarily a good idea. But if you are somebody who's in the beginning phases, guys, I would definitely say that now you need to be able to ask for funds. But if you have a good credit record and you have some sort of assets that you can use as leverage, you can reach out to financial institutions for you to get some sort of financial aid. And when it comes to advertising, guys, you don't have to do everything on your own. You can be able to hire a friend, you can be able to hire a social media manager, because they would know best and what is it that the customers are looking for. You will also need a team. Let's be honest, guys. Rome was not built in one day, but building Rome took a couple of guys that were there to be able to assist. Because if you want to do everything on your own, it is going to be worrisome, it is going to be daunting, it is also going to be a very difficult task, because doing everything on your own can be very difficult. You will need a team, especially depending on the type of business that you are going to run. You are definitely going to need a team of individuals that are going to be there. And remember, guys, 2 heads are better than 1. So if you have an idea, you can be able to brainstorm and unpack it and make it something that is going to be much better. You are also going to require an extensive research into the market that you are trying to penetrate. You could be requiring advice from people that already exist in that particular industry, and it is always good to also ask for advice from people that are already doing it, because they know best. They've also made their mistakes. But let's be honest, guys, the best teacher is definitely experience. You need to experience it on your own so that you can be able to understand what is it that you need to avoid and what is it that you can do to enhance your business going forward. And once the business took off, guys, we were very successful. We were able to generate enough funds. Our Study Buddy became a business, became a brand, and became something that most people run to when they need RE5 and RE1 examination preparation sessions. And it has been great, guys. Through our testimonials, through our friends and families advertising on our behalf, we were able to acquire a number of contacts. We were able to acquire business through advertisement, guys. And the best thing that I've also done is to be able to provide quality service to my customers, and those customers, because They were so happy with the service that we were also providing. They became so happy that they also reached out to their friends and colleagues who knew that they needed this particular certificate, and they said, I am going to give you Peterson's contact numbers and you can be able to reach out to him for assistance. So many people now have changed jobs, they've improved their careers, they've also gotten promotions, all because of this particular business, because of that one idea that you thought of and you did not realize how many lives you are going to be able to change with that one specific idea. And after we have generated enough funds, guys, I realized that it was time for us to now divert into a different market. I started off selling smartwatches, and it's all because of a watch that I liked for myself, and it is this very same watch. It is a magnetic strap. You can be able to run using this particular watch. It records the time, it records your cardio. You can be able to see your progress when you go to the gym, when you're taking walks, when you're cycling, and all those sorts of things that you can do with a smartwatch. You connect it to your phone, it is enabled with Bluetooth, and you connect it to your smartphone. So you use the funds that you've generated from your small business, and now you branch off into a different thing. That is why you need to have multiple streams of income. So I started off a business, it generated an income, then I took those funds, I then now branched into something else. That is when I started off selling my smartwatches. I went into malls, I sold those smartwatches, and I started off generating profit. But because it was cash on hand, I was not being able to, really take note of how much I was making and how much I was spending, whether it be transport, whether it be stock, whether it be advertising and all of those things. So it's important, guys, for us to take care of those funds that you are going to generate. So those are my tips, guys. You start off a business, you don't have to have a fancy name. You start off with a business, you register with the CIPC, you go and register for a Canva account. You can be able to create posters, flyers, edit videos and pictures as well. You just need 5 or 4 people that believe in what you do. Ask them to post on their social media so that you can be able to generate enough clients. And because of those clients that you've generated, make sure that you give the best service possible so that they can be able to share it with their other colleagues and other friends and families. And that's how your business is going to expand. And more than anything, guys, you need to be able to take care of the funds that you generate from your business, because spending money that you've generated from your business for your personal expenditure is absolutely wrong, because that's how businesses fail. Make sure that you do your record keeping, have a notebook, have some sort of an accounting person that is going to assist you. I understand starting off a business can be very difficult. You're trying to cut off expenses, but also invest in resources. You need a laptop, you need a smartphone, you're going to need Wi-Fi. So invest in those resources that are very important for you to be able to start. And this video, guys, wraps up how I started off my business and how I've been able to succeed. Thank you very much, guys. My name is Mtsweni Peterson, and this has been great. Bonsoir.